Right, so we're launching Elden Ring Nightreign tomorrow, and I just want to check in and make sure this isn't a procedurally generated panic attack. Oh, absolutely not. It's a bold new direction. We've added roguelike mechanics, co-op gameplay, and a 3-day time loop. Ah yes, the classic Souls formula. Brutal combat, remorseless punishment, and time management. Exactly. Players have 3 in-game days to explore, gather resources, and then fight a terrifying boss when the sun goes down. So it's like Majora's Mask meets Dark Souls. But if you die, you get to start your trauma all over again. Yes, and the map changes each time, because we've made it procedurally generated. Oh wonderful. Nothing like removing handcrafted design from the developers who gave us Stormvale Castle so we can explore Limgrave as reimagined by a Samsung smart fridge. We call it dynamic exploration. I call it an IKEA dungeon crawl. And we've added co-op. The game is balanced around 3 players working together. Balanced for 3 players. So what, solo players can just suffer alone? Well, no, they can still play, but it's extra challenging. That's like selling someone a bike and saying it works best with 3 riders and then going it alone. But it keeps things exciting. You never know what the map's going to be like, what enemies will show up, or how long your friends will last before rage quitting. Truly a social experiment in digital despair. And the boss fights are epic. On the final night, you fight creatures called Night Lords. Yes, I saw one in the alpha. Tricephalos? A 3-headed dog lizard thing that screams like a blender full of teeth. What the hell even is that? He's one of our favourites. Players will need peak coordination to survive. And how long do they have to prepare for that boss? About 20 minutes, give or take, depending on what they find. Right, so it's a boss rush game where you die trying to learn the boss's mechanics. And if you lose, you get sent back to the round table to figure out where it all went so wrong. Exactly. High replayability. Yes, nothing says fun like turning Elden Ring into a Groundhog Day punishment simulator. Oh, and we've introduced a new mechanic, the Night's Tide. It's a creeping darkness that forces players to keep moving or they'll be consumed. So, a battle royale circle. What you're telling me is you've made a battle royale circle. Exactly. It adds urgency and tension to every expedition. Because nothing says immersive exploration like a looming death cloud pushing you forward. This isn't Fortnite, Dev. Well, it ensures players don't dawdle and keeps the pacing tight. Yeah, heaven forbid someone stops to admire the scenery or read item descriptions. We've also revamped the relic system. Players can now equip up to 3 relics that modify their abilities in unique ways. So, build customization through RNG-dependent loot drops. Well, yes, but it encourages experimentation. Or frustration, when the relics you need never appear and you're stuck with slightly faster roll and minor fire resistance against an ice boss. And we've got 8 unique classes, like the Revenant. She can summon bone ghosts. Superb. That sounds like a buffed necromancer with a loading screen. What about progression? Oh, there's no traditional leveling. What? But you can find relics that give minor buffs between runs. So, no stats carryover, and every run is a loot raffle. Roguelike elegance. Roguelike lottery. I assume the shriveling sense of failure comes standard. Oh yes, very Souls-like. And we've added environmental hazards, like collapsing bridges, poison swamps, and sudden blizzards. Ah, the classic trio of oops you died mechanics. Well, think about it like this, they add unpredictability and challenge. Or they add rage quits and controller-shaped holes in the walls. And the solo mode, is it doable or just theoretical? Totally doable! If you play perfectly, never take a hit, and know all the spawns ahead of time. So basically no. Relax, we're releasing a patch to make solo play easier soon. Of course, because nothing builds community like launching a game that punishes anyone who doesn't bring a raid team. But hey, it's standalone, you don't even need Elden Ring to play it. Yes, and it doesn't include anything from Elden Ring either. No torrents. Well, it's got Surge Sprint. No legacy dungeons, no open world, just you, 3 health pots, and a procedurally generated forest of pain. We wanted to explore a new identity for the brand. I think you've confused identity with spin-off Limbo. Looks finished to me. Of course it does, because your bar for finished is crashes less than arc. And if it does crash, we'll patch it. Eventually, right after we patch solo mode, enemy scaling, relic drop rates, and player retention. Don't forget the difficulty curve. Ah yes, currently shaped like a ski slope into a meat grinder. We think players will rise to the challenge. Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. I think they'll rise, fall, uninstall, and write a Steam review that ends with bring back Melina. So we're good to go? Sure. Nothing left to do but let IGN call it ambitious but flawed, while the subreddit draws memes of Tricephalos in a wedding dress. FromSoft innovation, baby! I call it Spelunky with PTSD. Can't wait to see the Steam reviews on this.